Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another in-depth review here on NNT Auto Reviews. My name is Tyler, as always behind the camera, giving you guys all of these really great in-depth walk-around videos on all these brand new cars. Today is a very, very special car, not only that the fact that it is a Maserati, the fact that it is a very limited edition model. One of only 50 ever made. This is pretty special. So it is, of course, the 2019 Maserati Ghibli SQ4 GranLusso, but it has the Blu Nobile edition package, which is a very, very neat package. So first off, like in all of the other reviews we do, we take a look at the window stickers so you get a good idea of what we're looking at as far as options and whatnot goes. But I also like to show you things like the parts content. So you can see that there's a lot of parts from Italy in this car. You see the final assembly point is even in Italy. The transmission is sourced from Germany since it's a ZF transmission. And the engine is built in Italy right at the Ferrari factory. If you take a look down here, we have a bunch of standard features which you could pause the video and get more information. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on the window sticker, so we can get straight to the main goodies and details that this car puts out. We could see our destination charge and our total pricing, and then we could work our way up to our options. We can also see our crash test ratings. We'll zoom out just a little bit. Now this car was updated in the 2018 and 2019 model year, so it doesn't have a whole lot of crash test ratings quite yet since they tweaked the car. However, we can see our fuel economy over here as well. But now without further ado, let's get into it. So, taking a look at the side profile of the Ghibli, you could really see the very nice lines going down the side of the car. Now, the particular color we are working with is the Blu Nobile. It's a really, really sweet color. I mean, it's one of the nicest colors that I've ever seen on any car. It's this really deep, dark blue tri-coat, and it's got a ton of metallic work in it. There is about 10 different color options, and the wheelbase stands at 118 inches. And finally, stepping around so that you could see the rear, you can choose between either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive on the Ghibli. Of course, we do have the Q4 all-wheel drive system with us today. Alright, so let's get to it with the details on the exterior of the 2019 Maserati Ghibli. Give you a nice head-on stance. It's very aggressive looking, as with all of the Maserati lineup. We have full LED headlamps, so our daytime running lights, the low beams as well as the high beams are all LEDs. We also get this nice Maserati script at the bottom of the bezel. We have parking sensors running the span of the front bumper. We also have this very nice chrome grille with the large slats. We have the more traditional Maserati emblem at the front of the hood. And we also have the crown with the sensors for the adaptive cruise control and forward collision warning behind this badge right here. You could also make out the front camera. Now, one more thing I wanted to point out, it's kind of hard to get on camera. I'm going to see if I could take a picture to actually show you the depth of this paint is just incredible. So taking a look at the nice long sloping hood, we have some pretty prominent creases going up over the wheel arches right over here, and some towards the center that phase out towards the front bumper. We also have some very nice all new wheels for 2019. They are a 20-inch setup with a combination of the machine faced and a darker gray on the insides of the spokes. We have Pirelli tires up front. The tires measure 240/540. Looks like we have 6 piston calipers up front with ventilated and drilled rotors. We also have the signature 3 slats for the air vents. Also the chromed out GranLusso badging. Now taking a look at our mirrors, we have a combination of the black plastic and then the body colored. But below the mirrors we have a set of cameras, one for each side, and then also some puddle lamps. And I'll switch around so that you can see both the blind spot warning as well as the turn signals. We have chrome door handles with the smart key entry on both front door handles. We have frameless glass. Take a walk back, we can see the beautiful Maserati emblem on the side here. The shark fin antenna, and the sunroof is up top as well. The fuel filler is on the driver's side. And if we take a look back here, yes, the tires are a little bit bigger, so they are 285/35 back here. So back here we also have full LED units for the tail lamps. We have some more badging back here, so the SQ4, the S being which engine is in the car. We have the bigger engine, and the Q4 being named the all-wheel drive system. We also have the Maserati spelled out back here, and of course the Ghibli. We have the rear view camera with the trunk release, parking sensors again back here, and quad exhaust tips for the dual note exhaust system. And I can tell you, you all know that the Ghibli is very famous for that pretty amazing exhaust sound. And I can tell you, it's second to none in person. The difference between the quiet and the louder mode in the exhaust is amazing. Alright, so before we hop inside, I'll just give you a quick tutorial on how to use these smart key entries, since some manufacturers do it just a little bit different than others. However, this system's pretty simple. Just press the button right here to lock, and then just put your hand behind the handle to unlock. There's a sensor back there that'll sense your hand position, and it knows that the key's near the car, and it'll unlock the doors. So coming with the Blu Nobile edition is this beautiful natural leather interior, and it is called a Cuyo. So it's this Cuyo is this saddle color, and then we also have the black accenting. So stitching found throughout the vehicle, it's pretty much everywhere. We have this real wood that's covered in a gloss. We also have some metal work over here. But take a look at the amount of stitching and just the details only on the door panel itself. And again, it is frameless. As far as functionalities on the door, we also obviously have our lock unlock, the window lockout, the obviously the window controls, which all windows are one touch up and down. We have our mirror controls with the power folding function. We have two-way memory for the driver's seat. We also have the upgraded 15-speaker Bowers & Wilkins sound system. And by looks to me, it looks like we have 2 speakers on the driver's door. We also have a nice storage pocket in here. Moving on to the left of the dash, we have a air vent surrounded in the metal work. We also have quite a bit going on over here with our headlamps, our fog lamps, our interior lighting, and then our gauge dimmer, as well as our start-stop button right over there. If we take a look down here, we have our beautiful aluminum pedals with the raised rubber grips. If we open this little pocket here with a metal handle, we see that there is quite a bit of room to put whatever you need. You can also see the switch for the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, as well as the wood grain on the steering wheel. Now the seats here are 12-way powered with the 4-way lumbar. And some of the best attention to detail that I've ever seen on a seat. This is truly amazing. You have the Maserati Trident logo embossed on the headrests. You also have stitching everywhere. You have a little bit of metal work. And a pretty neat thing about this car here with the Blu Nobile package. This is a car based on the GranLusso trim level. However, you actually get the sport seats that come on the Grand Sport. And I could tell you that this natural grain leather is very, very soft. I mean, again, just beautiful attention to detail on these seats. Stitching everywhere, and it's a combination of that tan and then some of the black colored stitching as well. Alright, so let's hop in. We'll check out the driver's cockpit. Alright, so here's the key fob that you get when you opt to buy a Maserati. It's a very heavy key. It definitely shows the quality. And I could tell you, just by the weight of it, I could tell this is real metal on the side. And there's quite a bit of it. You have the Trident logo on the back of the key. And if you flip it over, you have all of the functionalities. The unlock, lock, the trunk release, and the remote start, which is pretty nice. You also have a physical key on the inside in case you need to use that. This key battery goes bad and you're going to need to use a physical key to get inside the car. But the way you start the car is just make sure you put your foot on the brake and then locate the start-stop logo. Alright, so we can start off the driver's cockpit portion of the interior with what's right in front of us, this steering wheel here. And it's quite the steering wheel. Now, even though this is the most luxurious model, it's quite sporty with these grip bolsters over here, which you could really hold that wheel tight either here or here. Now, we do have some functionalities on the steering wheel. So we have our adaptive cruise control, distance warning, all that good stuff over here. We take a walk across the airbag cover. We have all of our Bluetooth controls, voice commands, and controls for the digital display up there. Now again, very nicely styled details on the steering wheel with the chrome and the soft leather here. If we take a look up here, we have our gauges. Very nicely styled combination of analog and digital. We have the blue backgrounds as in traditional Maserati fashion. which is pretty neat. We have the speedometer and tachometer over here. In the middle we have the fuel gauge and temperature. And we could also use these controls over here to configure the screen. So this is our main menu that pretty much just shows us what gear we're in, our mileage, some driver's assistance, the date, time, and digital speedometer. However, if we wanted to go to different menus, we just bump the arrow down, and we have some different vehicle information setups, such as the tire pressure. Go over to different temperatures found throughout the vehicle, the oil pressure, battery voltage, and then our maintenance. If we continue to scroll down, we can see our driving modes, our driver's assistance features, so our lane keep assist, all that good stuff. And we also have our fuel economy screen, our trip A and trip B, our start stop information, and then also our audio screen, different stored messages and reminders, and then you can configure the settings through the screen right there. One more thing I forgot to mention, just because they're out of sight, is actually the buttons on the back of the steering wheel. Now these over here control your audio volume. On the other side, it controls your different radio stations. So taking a look up here, we can see that we have a beautiful leather dashboard right up here. Stitching, of course. We also have this gorgeous analog clock. We have a speaker up top as well. And if we take a look at our screen over here, we have a nice 8.4-inch screen. You can see, obviously, we can access our climate up here. We have our fan speed down below, our zones, as well as our seat controls, heated steering wheel. So we have our heated seats right here, our cooled seats, as well as our heated steering wheel. Our temperatures are off to the side. We have automatic, and then our defrosters and whatnot over there. If we head over to our radio screen, we can see our presets are housed up top, our source at the side, and then different settings down below. We have our media screen, so once you connect your phone, more things will be able to become available, so you can hook up your Bluetooth, and also your phone screen will become more set up as well. You can start making and receiving calls. We have our different controls over here, so we have different driving assistance controls. We can choose different settings within each driver's assistance function. We have our traffic sign assist, active blind spot. We could choose between if you want a visual, so the visual on the mirror, or a sound. We could turn on and off our auto high beams, on and off our start stop. We can bring up our surround view camera quick. You can see that right over there with our rear view camera. We could turn a wide angle rear view, wide angle front, or just a regular front view. We can also put up and down our rear sunshade. Pretty cool. And we could also configure our settings. So we'll go quickly through these so you can see. We also have our climate control, which you saw earlier, our navigation system. So we have our map right here, which is pretty nice. We could input our destination over here. Then obviously we also have our phone screen over to the right. We also have just a whole bunch of controls. You could actually control the passenger seat, heated seats right over there. This is pretty much just all of your controls in one menu. You have the nice Ghibli name right below the screen. Your physical climate controls down here as well. I'm actually going to turn it down because it's getting quite hot in here. We have a little storage tray down here where you can put small things. You also have a few power outlets, the USB auxiliary and the SD card inlet. Down here we can make out this beautiful wood grain. Open this up, we have a little bit of storage. We also have the plaque that comes with this car, the Nobile edition, the Blu Nobile edition. Beautiful plaque. We also have two cup holders over here. We have the hazards button right up top. We have the traction control off. We have a physical button to turn the auto start stop off. We also have some different modes over here, so the increased control and efficiency mode, and we also have the sport mode, which will open up the exhaust, increase the throttle response and whatnot. We have a electronic parking brake. Then we also have this rotary dial, actually two rotary dials. There's one lower and there's one upper to control the screen if you didn't want to use the touch screen. So pretty neat, they give you options there. And they also gave you a new gear selector, which is a little bit more attractive and a little bit more intuitive. So you just want to put your foot on the brake and you pull it straight back into drive. You also have your manual mode, which you can switch back and forth on the shifter. If we bump it up once, it'll bring you into reverse while hitting the unlock button. You also have the cameras that'll pop up. Now there is, of course, that unlock button that I just said back here. If you don't press the unlock button and put it back, it'll give you neutral. Then if you want to put it in park, you just press the button right at the top and you're all set. Taking a look back here, we have some pretty nice armrests that are split up between the driver and passenger. Press the metallic button and it'll open it up for you. You do have a couple of small cup holders, a 12-volt power outlet in there as well. And you could also turn on and off the cooling feature for the storage console. Taking a look up here, we have our rear view mirror with the automatic dimming mode. We also have up here a bunch of controls. We have our lighting for either side. We have our garage door home links. We also have our sunroof controls over here, so sunshade and sunroof. We can open our trunk, full power trunk over here. Then we can also access and turn off our parking sensors and turn on all of our lights over there too. Now taking a look up here, we even have stitching on the visors. We open that up, we will have a little card holder right here and a mirror with a light. We have a grab handle up here, and then optional is this really nice Alcantara headliner. So the whole roof is that nice Alcantara color. Again, we have this sunroof here, which we can close and open, vent up and put back. So at this point in the video, I'm going to adjust the driver's seat to a comfortable driving position for my 5'10" self. And once I do that, we're going to check out the rear seats and see how much room we have back there. So same attention to detail back here as up front. You still get the wood grain, the metal work, the gorgeous stitching, the two-tone leather and everything. You can get two speakers on the back door, a little bit of a storage console, have your window switch and lock and unlock back here. So for a person of my size, it's not that bad back here. I have a couple of inches of legroom, which is, you know, again, not bad. We also have the little mat pocket back here. We have some air vents that you can adjust like so. We also have some controls back here for the heated seats. So the two rear passengers get treated to heated seats. And then you can also open and close your sun blind in the back from back here. Now again, unless you're really transporting a central passenger every single day, it shouldn't be a problem, but there is quite a hump over here in the middle. We do have some lighting back here, and they give you a nice cutout where your head rests so that you have even more headroom. Now we also have a center armrest with some nice cup holders and a little bit of a storage console. And it's a pretty nice place to be back here. Next, we're going to check out how much room we have in the glove box, and we'll also check out what the passenger quarter is like. So, looking at the front passenger door, it's styled much like the driver's. Just a few less buttons as you'd expect. We have the Maserati sill plates at the side. The same 12-way power adjusted seats, but we get a glove box. We take a look in here. There's a pretty decent amount of room. There's a little bit of a shelf up here and some storage down below with the vent for you can have the cooling system get vented into the glove box. If you say you want to put a water bottle in there and keep it chilled, you could definitely do that. Okay, so let's pop the trunk by just pressing the key fob button twice. It is, of course, a full power trunk. You can see you have the buttons right there. So not bad in here. Pretty good amount of space. Just the only thing you might find difficult is the loading space isn't that large. So you could definitely fit the larger items back here. It's just a matter of getting them in. But you do have cargo tie downs in there. We can see we have all of the accessories and floor mats back here. We have a 12-volt power outlet. If you lift this up, we have a spare tire and our tools back there. And you could also see that the rear seats fold down and we have lights to either side. Now I know this is the point in the video that you all have been waiting for, so here it goes. The Maserati does have a 21.1 gallon fuel tank, and the fuel mileage for this particular model stands at 16 in the city and 24 on the highway, and it is a capless fuel filler. So to conclude this video, this very windy video, I hope you have enjoyed the Ghibli just as much as I have, and I hope you stay with us for future in-depth reviews.